All right, guys, we're going to try this a second time. Welcome to the MMA Fight Game Podcast Studios. We're actually going to be doing some decorations in the next week or so, but we're going to let Clara kind of see it in the raw form. But we're here with Clara Inzinna. She's a model, a print cover model, a social media influence, an avid outdoors gal who likes riding dirty motocross bikes. Not really, I'm just kidding. She's also a ring card girl. That's where we kind of ran into her for full contact promotions in Rochester, New York. She will be at the Attica show, which is August 19th, 2023. It's a massive show. There could possibly be between 2,000 to 5,000 people at that event. So you can see her. If you see her, she'll be more than willing to talk to you, take pictures. She has a huge personality, super nice. Clara, thanks for joining us. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Hey, sorry about the audio issues the last time we tried it. So we're going to try running it back and seeing what we can do about getting it done this time right on my end. So I
That's
appreciate
okay.
being flexible. So talk to me about, I know when we talked, you were in the running for Inc. magazine's cover girl, and you had taken second place. Talk to me about that process.
Yeah, so that was a long, stressful process, but exciting nonetheless, and very appreciative and grateful for all the opportunities with it. 2 very long months. There was like 200,000 women all over the globe like that were in that contest, and each week, you'd see girls knocked down, knocked down. Each week was a new stress to get to the next place, and then when we made it to the top four, it was between me and one other girl, and she just got it at the last moment.
Yeah, and did she get it last moment? Obviously because money was spent on votes and things that might not have been through like talent or anything like that.
Yeah, so that's kind of how that contest goes. I mean, if you got an open-ended pocket, you're pretty much in the clear. There was more money to spend on my end, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Still got second place in the world. That's a win for me. Everyone knew I should have taken first, so that's even more of a win for me. And I got to meet everyone. They're all really great girls, all the ones that was there with me, and so it was awesome. Loved it for sure.
Yeah, and that when we were talking, you said that opened a lot of opportunities, a lot of doors for you that maybe some of the other girls aren't taking advantage of, but you put your foot on the gas and you're taking advantage of every opportunity that's been presented to you for
Yeah.
running through this cover, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's kind of crazy. I mean, you have the opportunity to be with, I mean, Ink's a pretty big name all the way around, and to be involved with them in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I'm going to take that name and run with it. I don't care if I place second, I'm still going to act like I placed first. And so far, everyone I've been encountered with, they've been phenomenal. It's opened up me doing my own business for entrepreneurship with posters and working alongside to sponsor different brands, which has been awesome. It's involved me with full contact promotions, which has been great, which then introduced me to you. So yeah, I've been just running with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you weren't on the cover of the September sex edition, but you were in the spread. So people want to see those pictures. I think that's on your Instagram page that is growing very rapidly to go along with your massive TikTok account that you have that we'll get into in a little bit. Is that right?
Yes, that's absolutely correct.
Yeah, and then you were also on a cover of a smaller magazine, GEI Inked, and then you're going to be on a feature. I think you said the whole magazine, 10 Tattoo magazine, right? Is that the one?
Yep.
Yeah. And when's that dropping?
I actually just emailed them the other day. Usually it takes about 2 or 3 months to get a magazine up and rolling. So I'd imagine probably around July or August it'll be dropping. But there's also another one in secret that's dropping around the same time. So
Okay.
good stuff coming.
So is that going to be dropping when you're at Rage in the Cage 23 in Attica, New York on the 19th, that some people can maybe get their hands on it?
Yeah. And then I also will have the link shared across my platforms. And if anyone wants to require, like I sign magazines and sell them just within myself, I buy stacks so people can get them right for me if they want.
Oh, awesome. Awesome for sure. So talk to me. We were talking before. You had a massive TikTok following. whatever happened on the corporate level, you know, you had amassed 300,000 followers, which is a lot. You had to start another TikTok that has a bunch of followers now. Talk to me about what's the benefit of using TikTok for people who are looking to get into like social media and social media influencers and things like that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So TikTok is like a pretty like one of the most popular apps right up with Instagram and YouTube right now to get out your name and your brand and stuff like that. I
Mhm.
started it on a whim and it took off and it's been extremely helpful. I mean, a lot of the votes that I got was from my TikTok globally, which is really nice. And it's really just being comfortable putting yourself out there, being able to communicate with people back and forth, with them having your information. I mean, sometimes you get some weird ones, but 9 times out of 10, you're right on the money with where you should be. So
Yeah. Talk to me about the weird ones. What's the weirdest one you got? What's the weirdest two you've gotten?
the weirdest too. I don't know. I mean, I've got one that's every day will message my Instagram and he says he's willing to pay to play and I just don't respond because you just get it's not I'm very classy when it comes to the stuff I do. I'm not, I don't have an OnlyFans. I just bust my rump doing what I do. So
Yeah, looking at your Instagram, which is Clara Clara dot official, you got 58,000 fans or followers, excuse me. It also says that you're taken. So your boyfriend, fiance, what does he think with these guys like messaging you like that?
So he knows that I don't respond to any of them. I'm super respectful and tasteful with all that stuff. He actually has a lot of people ask him, like, how could you let your girlfriend do that? And he literally will verbatim say, well, what's the alternative?
Right.
I rather have a girlfriend that's capable of doing it and me supporting her dream of doing it, knowing that she's with me, or do I have a girlfriend that's not capable of doing it and nobody wants her? So he's smart. He's a
Yeah,
smart
absolutely. He has the mindset, hey, she's going home with me, so that's all that really matters,
man.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we were talking offline, but I want to talk to you about it on camera. What's with the girls like dancing and lip syncing the voice? Like what's the purpose of like I usually post on our TikTok, you know, starched they like fight videos, fight clips, things like that. But then there's a lot of people like dancing and like mimicking words, mouthing words. What's the purpose of that? Because I personally don't get that.
Well, so even when you see some of my TikToks, you'll see that I'm one of those just basic
No
girls doing the
judgment. No
dance.
judgment. No
It is
judgment.
what it is. Call a spade a spade. But a lot of it is to get the attention to get noticed. All you need is one viral bit video to really like make the money there on TikTok. So if you can get on a nice trend and get noticed, then you get those followers and you can really start bringing in coin on that app. It's a good app to use if you know how to use the system well.
Yeah, like I'm watching one right now. I don't know. You did some solo version with Dochi that had like a quarter of a million views,
Mm-hmm.
which is amazing. What's your biggest view that you had? I'm just like kind of scrolling down through your TikTok and
The
looks like that quarter million one's probably the biggest one that I can see, right?
so yeah, that would be the biggest one on this current account. I did have 1 million on my original account on one video, but is what it is.
What was that video?
It was honestly a video of me dancing to the song "Lollipop" by Justin Bieber,
Oh, jeez.
and and that's honestly what took off my whole account. Doing that, like I said, I got 1 million views on it, and my account went from like 30,000 followers to 300,000 followers. It just off that one video.
Wow, that's crazy to me. And then, do you get business opportunities like doing that?
Yep, yep.
Yeah. Is there any that you can talk about that you got that people may know?
Uh, so I don't think they'll know, but maybe Brielle. It's a new coming like makeup, like for eyelash growth and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So they reached out to me and I did some stuff for them. I've had a bunch of different like um hemp stuff reach out to me, but I'm covered in tattoos, so hemp really doesn't make a lot of sense for me to be putting on my skin. But
Yeah, absolutely. And then you're an avid outdoors person. You said you've been doing a lot of things outdoors. What are your favorite things to do outside? I know you guys have a big property out there.
Yeah, so we got 53 acres. Dirt biking has to be my new favorite. I got a dual sport this year, so that's my favorite, my Yamaha. And then we go fishing, hunting. I'm a real big hunter. Even though I just started 2 years ago, I got my first turkey this year. 10.5 inch beard and an inch and a half skers. Like it was really nice. It was a beauty. So yeah, avid hunter, all things four wheelers. We're doing the trails out back. We have a side by side. There isn't much that we don't do out here.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then obviously August 19th, we're going to be at Attica at the town park at the Attica Takedown, which is Rage in the Cage 23. You're going to be out there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then I don't know if you know how massive it's gonna be. Like the whole town is behind that event. Bubba and Danny are working hard to put on like a huge, huge card. Everybody wants to be on that card. There's gonna be a professional kickboxing bout on that card. It's a retirement fight for a guy. So that's gonna be a massive, massive event that people are going to be attending. I'm probably guessing it's going to be between probably 3 to 5,000 people. If I was to give a rough estimate. So that night we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to make sure you don't power walk around the cage. We'll just harass you and tell you to slow down a little bit.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
only took one time for you to harass me, and I stopped.
Nah, you're good. You're coachable. Like as soon as we talked to you, it was great. How's your I know your most important job is a mom. How's your son doing?
He's doing great. Yesterday, he graduated preschool, so we got to celebrate all of that. Kindergarten, here we come. He's ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. And do you feel older now that he's going into kindergarten?
I mean, I don't feel old at all by any means,
Yeah.
but I mean, the time surely has flown a lot more since I've had him than not.
Yeah, good times. And he's not around today to call me daddy or anything like that, is he?
He's not. He is with his grandmother today.
Yeah. Well, I gotta tell him that the guys over at the Starch, say hello. So when those magazines and we get going with the Rage in the Cage 23, make sure you tag me in those things. We'll get those out there. Anything we can do to help build your hopes and dreams. Let us know. And I really appreciate you like running this back and getting this back on for me because obviously I
Absolutely.
screwed up huge. And then I'm going to send you the fight card for Rage in the Cage 23, and maybe we'll do a little contest, go against Claire for your fight picks to see what happens. I know you're learning the sport right now, but maybe we'll help you a little bit with those picks. But I appreciate the time. Just hold on one second for me, okay? All right.